Hello, my name is Jessica, and for my final speech, I'm going to be talking about my experience in this class, my favorite and least favorite assignment, general thoughts on e-learning, and some advice to a future student. First, I'm going to start off with my experience. My experience in this class was a good one. It had helped me overcome my fear of public speaking. It has made me a little bit more confident in giving speeches. I used what I learned in this class to the other class that I was taking this semester, which was sign language. Um, for every test that we had to be in front of the class and present what we had learned. And even though I wasn't speaking, I was still up in front of the class, and it gave me confidence of actually presenting in front of that class. And I wasn't as nervous. I was still nervous, but it helped, calm my nerves. Um, what could what I could say could be improved in this class would be probably the website and the layout of it. I didn't like how it was set up. I had a hard time trying to find the examples to some of the assignments. I don't know. I'm because if it was because I'm not that good with computers, but I felt that when I was looking for an example to the keyword outline or the research inventory, that I had a hard time finding where they were. Maybe just because I was so frustrated and I was just looking over it, and then once I finally found it, it was past the due date, but I found it and I did it anyway. Um, I still don't know what a keyword outline is because I couldn't find an example of it. So I just think that the layout should have been changed. I think that right next to the assignment should have been like a link, and that link should have been directly to the example instead of having to search the website to find it. Another thing that I think could have been changed was the grading. I felt that it took a while to get our grades back. I think they should have been back in like maybe a week and a half, and sometimes it took longer. So I just thought that that could be improved on the timeliness of the grading. Um, my favorite assignment would have to be a tie between the infamous speech, the persuasive, and the informative speech. I liked all these speeches because I was able to do research and I was able to pick topics that I enjoyed and that I had previous knowledge to. So it was easier for me to do, and I was able to learn more about something that I had already, that I enjoy. So it made the speeches a lot easier to give and a lot easier to look up information because I knew most of it. So I took what I learned on top of what I had found and I researched, and I put it all together, and it made it easier to make the time limits for the speeches, especially the informative, I mean the persuasive speech when we had to do 10 minutes. It made it a lot easier since I had the background to the topic that I had picked. My least favorite assignment would definitely have to be the introduction. I absolutely did not like that at all. I never have. I never liked it when the first day of class you go into the classroom and the teacher says, okay, we're going to go around the room and you're going to tell me, three things about you, or you're going to describe yourself. I never liked that. I always had a hard time with it. So I guess because of that reason that I didn't like this topic, and I probably never will. My general thoughts on e-learning, I'd probably have to say that this would be my last time taking an online class, so it's my first and my last. Um, it was good taking it for this class in, the public speaking, but nothing else. I'm a biology major, so I had to take a lot of sciences and a lot of maths. So me learning science and math online is not going to work out very well for me. I have to be in the classroom, I have to be taught, and then engage back and then get feedback, and so that's just not my style of learning. You're basically kind of teaching yourself with an online class. So I would probably not be taking this again. I guess it all depends on the class that you're taking and your learning style. So this does not suit mine, but for the type of class that it was perfect for me. Advice to a future student, I would have to say that I definitely would recommend taking public speaking online because it was a lot easier than taking it in front of a class. The only downfall is that you're talking to a camera, so you're much more critical of yourself. So it's so much easier to click stop and then replay, stop and then replay, and just keep going because you find the littlest things wrong, or you find the littlest flaws, or you stutter, or you mess up. So you want to constantly restart the video. So you can take a nice, easy 5-minute video and it can take you 5 hours. Unfortunately, that was my flaw. I kept messing up, or I kept saying something, or I thought I stuttered, or I thought that, I did something wrong. So I would start it over because I was so critical of myself. That would be the only downfall to this class. It seemed like a lot more work than an actual class that you meet in person every week. It just seemed like there was a lot more work to be put into it, so you just have to make sure that you put time and effort into what you're doing. What I didn't like about how the assignments were set up was how they were so close to each other. In the beginning they were okay because they were small little assignments. You had to answer a few questions, or you had to put an opinion in, or whatever, so that was okay. But the farther it got down into the semester and we had to start doing more elaborate speeches, I felt that the deadlines were so close to each other, especially when the speeches got longer and you're doing a keyword outline, a works cited, a research inventory, and they were all pretty much due back to back. I felt like if we had to do that much research and information, that it should have been extended like a week and a half, or give us both assignments and make us have them due in 2 weeks or a week and a half, because I think most people that take this class are for time, and they don't have enough time. But unfortunately, these assignments took a lot of time. So I thought that maybe would help. But I would definitely advise taking this class because it did help in that sense. Instead of being in front of a class, you're basically just talking to a camera. So it's a step forward to, being confident to actually talking in front of people. So I think it helped me, and hopefully in the future I would be more willing to give speeches. Well, thank you for listening. I had a great semester, and I hope everybody enjoys their summer. Thank you.